and let's keep on. Thank you.
Want to just thank you all for being out here today and standing with immigrants and standing for San Francisco and the values that we have. I want to introduce Supervisor Walton, who will open us. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If there was ever a time for us to be unified here in San Francisco, it is now. We've heard of the threats from the administration calling for the National Guard to come to the city. We already know that ICE has been in our communities terrorizing our immigrant population. So we want to stand here together in unity and let all of our residents in San Francisco know that we will continue to fight to keep you safe. We want everyone to know that regardless of new announcements, that we stand with our communities, and we'll say that we have to be careful because we do not trust this administration. To say you're not coming, after you say you're coming, then say you're not coming. We want to make sure our community is prepared to address the concerns and issues that come when we have federal troops raiding our streets. So I stand with my colleagues, I stand with all of you, wanting you to know that we're going to remain vigilant. We're going to remain on top of all information that comes to our offices and get that directly to community right away. And we're going to continue to stand with all of our communities here in San Francisco and fight against the brutality, the immorality, the viciousness of what this federal government has continued to try to do to the most vulnerable populations, not just here in San Francisco, but in the Bay Area and across this country. We stand in solidarity. Thank you.
I'm going to bring up Supervisor Chen.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cheyenne Chen, representing San Francisco District 11. I am a proud Chinese American. I'm a proud immigrant. From our community, from the Chinese American community, we have a long history of fighting for our rights and our freedoms. From organizing legal challenges to defend the Chinese Exclusion Act to Wong Kim Art's fight for the birthright of citizenship. Today, our communities is under attack as history is repeating itself. And we must stand in solidarity with immigrants, brothers and sisters here in San Francisco, across the Bay. We must stand in solidarity. Federal agents will create fear and chaos. And we have seen it before. Exclusion, profiling, division, and we have seen it all. It's enough. It's never again. Federal agents, you do not belong in front of our schools, our business, our churches, and our hospitals. Community organizations, we are standing strong together with resources. We have each other's back. Our commitment is unwavering. And we have to do our part to know our rights and also know how to protect each other. No matter what they do, we're ready and we're standing together. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Cheyenne Chen. Hi, everyone. My name is Sofia Bastida, and I am your MC for today. I want to start acknowledging the message that was shared by Mayor Lurie this morning, where a conversation with Donald Trump was had, stating that he was calling off any plans for federal deployment in San Francisco, and the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noemi, reaffirmed that direction. How are we feeling about that? While Trump may be temporarily saying he's not deploying federal agents to our city, the reality is that our communities really need assistance, and they need this assistance to feel safe. We also need housing, we need health care, we need jobs, and we need more federal resources. And to restore federal cuts to essential programs such as Medi-Cal, SNAP, and schools. That should be the priority. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Sofía Bastida y voy a ser la maestra de ceremonias de hoy. Quiero empezar reconociendo el mensaje compartido por el alcalde Daniel Lurie de esta mañana, donde tuvo una conversación con el presidente Trump, retodeciendo los planes del despliegue de agentes federales en nuestra ciudad. La secretaria del Departamento de Seguridad también ha confirmado esta información. Y aunque Trump haya temporalmente dicho que no habrá agentes federales en San Francisco, la realidad es que nuestra comunidad necesita vivienda, recursos, cobertura médica, trabajo y más fondos para servicios esenciales como lo que es Medi-Cal, SNAP y las escuelas. ¿Qué dicen? Eso debe ser la prioridad, ¿verdad? Y bueno, ¿nos sentimos organizados? Are we feeling organized? ¿Nos sentimos fuertes? Are we feeling strong? ¿Y nos sentimos listos para defender a nuestros vecinos y a los miembros de la comunidad? Are we feeling ready to defend our neighbors and our members of the community? So we are here today standing against these federal deployments in the Bay Area and saying that ICE has no place in our city or in the whole Bay Area. Entonces estamos aquí unidos para decir que el desplazamiento de agentes federales no tiene ningún lugar en San Francisco y en todo el área de la bahía. Are we ready to defend the Bay? ¿Estamos listos para defender el área de la bahía? Bueno, primero quiero presentar a Kim Tavalon, que es la directora ejecutiva del Centro de Labor de San Francisco. I want to first off start introducing Kim Tavalon, who is the executive director of the San Francisco Labor Council.
Is labor in the house? I can't hear you. One more time. Is labor in the house? All right. So they supposedly are calling off the troops from San Francisco. But as everyone knows, our workers live in the 9 Bay Area counties and beyond. Our workers live as far as Tracy, Sacramento. They live everywhere in Northern California. We are vowing, labor is vowing to protect every worker in every county in the Bay Area. I speak on behalf of all my brothers and sisters in all the 9 Bay Area counties. An injury to one is an injury to all. We will stand united as a Bay Area coalition. We will stand together to protect our communities, to protect each and every worker across the 9 Bay Area counties. We know that if they attack our workers, they hurt our ecosystems. And this administration, if they really want to help the Bay Area, it's time for them to double down and give us money for our schools, our public transportation, our public sector, our city workers, our county workers. We are in desperate need of infrastructure. Instead of building a goddamn palace in Washington, D.C., help us build our roads. Help us build our infrastructure. That's what California needs. That's what the labor councils are demanding. So, we really need people to take a step back. Please do not forget also to vote if you can. Send a message to Washington, D.C. We don't want your politics coming to the Bay Area. We really embrace California values, Bay Area values, public transportation, public education, all the publics, public universities. You know, we stand for all of that, and we need them to help us work in those areas. So I'm going to invite Lizzie Tapia from Local 2 up here to do a little chant with me.
Okay, so we were on strike last year. Don't forget, a year ago for 3 months. We got pretty good at chanting, but I think we might be a little out of practice since then. So I'm going to repeat what Kim said, which is, an injury to one is what?
An injury to all.
An injury to one?
It's an injury to all.
An injury to one?
It's an injury to all.
An injury to one?
It's an injury to all.
And more important than that, we are going to fight back against these attacks by the Trump administration, because this is when everybody should know, when we fight,
We win.
when we fight,
We win.
when we fight.
We win.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you all of our labor partners for being here. Now I will pass it over to Alejo, who is the Executive Director of Trabajadores Unidos Workers United. Ahora le pasaré la palabra a Alejo, que es la Directora Ejecutiva de Trabajadores Unidos Workers United.
Hola, ¿me escuchan? Sí. Qué bueno. Hola, soy Alejo, estoy con Trabajadores Unidos, Workers United. Somos un centro de trabajadores que organiza con trabajadores inmigrantes en el área de la Bahía. Una de las cosas que quiero compartir hoy es que tenemos que ser claros, que este tipo de espectáculo que está pasando ahorita es precisamente para querer intimidarnos como comunidad, causar pánico y fomentar el miedo. Como comunidad, nosotros rechazamos esas ideas y sabemos que la respuesta a nuestra propia seguridad es el organizarnos unos al otro, porque solo el pueblo salva al pueblo. Las ciudades y la policía local no cooperarán con ICE, la comunidad tampoco. No tenemos que hacer su trabajo más fácil. A quienes ICE tienen en la mira no están solos, tienen derechos. Contacten a sus redes de respuestas rápida y organícense en sus casas y en sus trabajos. A nuestra comunidad, a quienes sus familiares han sido secuestrados por ICE, sepa que se pueden organizar y luchar por la liberación de su familia. Trabajadores Unidos, Workers United estuvo presente en Los Ángeles organizando con familias, donde pudimos liberar a 11 familias del centro de detenciones y estamos listos para hacerlo también en la Bahía. Que viva la resistencia y que viva el poder de la clase obrera. Hi everyone, I'm Alejo with Trabajadores Unidos Workers United. We want to be very clear. We're a worker center that supports, organizes with immigrant workers in the Bay Area. And we want to be clear about what's going on right now. What's going on right now is a show, right? It's a show to make sure that we're getting their message, to stay silent, stay afraid. And as a community, we reject those ideas. We reject that message because we know that the answer to our own safety is when we organize with each other, because only we have each other's back. Cities and local police will not cooperate with ICE, so we must not either. We cannot make their jobs easier. To those who ICE is targeting, you're not alone. You have rights. Reach out to your rapid response network. Organize at home. Organize in your workplace. If your family member has been kidnapped by ICE, know that you can organize and fight for your family's liberation. Trabajadores Unidos Workers United was on the ground in LA, organized and with 11 families, and were able to liberate them from the detention centers, and we are ready to do this in the Bay too. Long live the resistance and the power of the working class, our working class communities. When immigrant workers are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? Thank you.
Thank you, Alejo. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our labor partners, our faith allies, and all of the community organizations present here today. You are all bringing the power. Le quiero dar un reconocimiento a todas las organizaciones de labor, a nuestros aliados religiosos y a todas las organizaciones comunitarias que han demostrado mucho poder hoy. También quiero mencionar de que este evento ha sido organizado por Bay Resistance y otras organizaciones aliadas. I also want to mention that this event has been organized by our partners at Bay Resistance and other allied organizations. Yeah, big shout out to them. They have been doing a lot of great work. And now I want to pass it over to Reverend Deborah Lee. Y ahora quiero invitar a Reverend Deborah Lee, que va a hablar.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Reverend Deborah Lee. I'm a United Church of Christ minister and the co-executive director of the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity, which believes that every person is sacred across bars and borders. Every person, no exceptions. I want to thank, I see some other clergy colleagues out there from different faith traditions. So if you're from a different faith community or congregation, thank you for being here. Wave so we can see you and the community sees you. Thank you. I'm a second generation Chinese American, but San Francisco has been a sanctuary for my family for many generations. San Francisco has always been and will always be a sanctuary city. Unfortunately, we know that just down the street from here at the ICE courts, every day people are getting arrested. And this includes many of our Asian and Southeast Asian brothers and sisters. Last week I was there, and a Laotian brother who I was with was detained with his family members outside, and he's now sitting in an immigration detention center 4 hours from here. He is a refugee, and many of our refugee communities from the American wars in Southeast Asia came to San Francisco, the Bay Area, and we welcomed them, and this was a home for them. But today they are facing double jeopardy. They're facing double punishment, and they're facing deportation. So it's important that we remember this community when we think about immigrant rights. They are the most criminalized communities out there. Last week, also, a Chinese man died in ICE detention in California, in Calexico. So this is no time for silence. It's no time for complacency. It's a time for us to speak. It's a time for us to be active. And for those of us in the faith community, it's a time for us to live out our values of equality and freedom. And what does it mean to be a good neighbor to one another? What Trump is planning to do, and the threat is still hanging over us about this federal surge, is his immoral use of resources, and it does not reflect the faith traditions we hold dear. Our faith traditions tells us that the government should be for the good of the people. And public finances should not be used to invade and repress communities and put them into fear and in hiding, but they should be used to help us build safe and adequate and affordable housing at all income levels. They should help us to pay teachers a living wage and fund our schools, help us fund public transportation, get health support, climate resilience and health care, and make college free. This is our money, and we want our money invested in things that result in everyone having a good life. So we're here today to call on our elected leaders to do everything in their power, not just to stop the surge temporarily or for one day or just in San Francisco, but for everywhere. To stop every raid, to stop every detention, to stop every deportation, and to stop the separation of our families, and instead to invest in things that will help all of us thrive together. I want to say to our immigrant families that we are a beautiful, beloved community, and you are an essential part of that community. We won't let federal agents change that. We won't let ICE change that. We are neighbors and friends and coworkers. We worship together. We play together. We create together, and no ICE agent can take that away from us. So let's continue to be out there on the streets and on the street corners, at the day labor sites, at the supermarkets, at the libraries, everywhere where we can support each other, protect each other, and we will continue to pray and love for one another.
An injury to one. An injury to one. Se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Thank you, Francisco, and thank you, Reverend Deborah Lee. Now I'd like to introduce our Supervisor of District 9, Jackie Fielder. Ahora quisiera presentar a la Supervisora del Distrito 9, Jackie Fielder.
First off, I want to start off by saying thank you to Bay Resistance, for labor, for all the community organizations for coming out. I also want to be clear that we, at this time, do not know which federal agencies are being called off. We don't know if that's the National Guard. We don't know if it's ICE, if it's Border Patrol. I also want to be clear that ICE, CBP, any federal agency deputized by Trump to help him carry out his mass deportation plans are absolutely not welcome in San Francisco. I also want to be clear that any welcoming of ATF, DEA, FBI, or any federal agencies under Attorney General Pam Bondi is a dangerous invitation to a fascist administration. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We should not negotiate with a fascist administration. I also just want to say I am so proud of everyone here. I am so proud to be the District 9 Supervisor for La Misión because I have been on the phone in meetings for the past 48 hours with all kinds of community organizations, and every single organization is mobilized and is stay mobilized to be ready to serve the community. I'm so proud of all of us for organizing through Adopt the Corners, Standing Strong. We are watching every vulnerable block, donating to the Rapid Response Network, and making sure our neighbors have the support that we need. Because we are not the aggressors. They are. They are the ones spewing threats to invade our communities. They're the ones threatening that they will march into our neighborhoods, onto our doorsteps, and they did in Alameda this morning when Border Patrol put stun grenades and tear gas on faith leaders. They are the ones trying to tear apart what we've built in San Francisco, our sanctuary, our solidarity, and yes, our safety. And they want us to roll over. They want us to backtrack our sanctuary policy. They want us to hand over our neighbors, our coworkers, our friends over to ICE. They want to tap our surveillance networks, flock cameras to let Trump spy on our streets, our families, our people. They want our police to help them enforce their racist immigration agenda. Well, I say, hell no. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And also, I condemn every tech billionaire who supported this. Because we are not here for any untoward action from the community, anything an elected has said. We are here because Benioff of Salesforce put this idea into Trump's head. I condemn him, I condemn David Sachs and Elon Musk, who have all supported sending National Guard and federal forces to San Francisco. Because this city doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the people who actually live here, who build community here, and who love the people here. We don't need to get ready because we've been ready, and we will stay ready. This is not a time for panic. It is a time for power. Across the Bay Area, rapid response networks remain ready with lawyers, community organizers. They have been preparing all year for this. And the local number, which everyone should have saved in their phone for San Francisco, for the rapid response line, 415-200-1548. San Francisco is and will remain a sanctuary city. We are not backing down. We are not hiding. We are not flying under anyone's radar. We are going to stand tall. We are going to march in the streets. And we're going to make damn sure that if they come to our community, they know exactly whose doorstep they are on. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Supervisor Jackie Fielder, for those motivating words. Now I'm going to pass it over to Laura Valdez, Executive Director of Mission Action. Ahora quisiera invitar a Laura Valdez, Directora Ejecutiva de Mission Action.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura Valdez. I'm with Mission Action, and I'm also representing the San Francisco Immigrant Legal and Education Network and the San Francisco Rapid Response Network. And I am here on behalf of our hotline to remind our immigrant community of some very important reminders as we're moving forward at a time when these critical issues are facing us straight in the face. And so we need our folks to be informed of their rights. I know many of our immigrant families and immigrant members of our community are at home now. Many of them might be sitting with fear, but please know that you are not alone. Please remember that this might be the start of mass enforcement in our communities, and we need to prepare adequately. And even if it is not the start, we still need to be prepared, and this community is here to back you up. Please make sure that someone in your trusted network, whether it is a family or a loved one, has important information that you may need or that they may need to be able to locate. So that they may be able to locate you if you are detained by ICE. These things include your full legal name. It includes your date of birth, your alien number. Make sure that folks have this information, and your country of origin. It is really, really critical that somebody have this information written down so that we can appropriately locate where you are. Without this information, it becomes very challenging, and it takes time to locate our loved ones. So please make sure to do that. I also want to remind our community to ensure that you have important documents, whether it's your passport or other legal documents, safely kept at home so that you or someone else can access it at a time if you are detained. Additionally, please check out our website either at sfrrn.org or missionaction.org, where you will find many, many resources, including being able to download a family preparedness toolkit. For those families that have children and that might fear that they might be apprehended, please take a look at those documents. Please make sure that you take time to complete that and ensure that you're delegating a guardian for your children. I know these are really, really hard conversations to have, but I asked our community to please prioritize this. And again, please take out your phones now. If you already don't have this number saved in your phones, please take your phone out now and save the number for the San Francisco Rapid Response Hotline. That's 415-200-1548. Ahora voy a decir este mensaje en español para nuestra comunidad latina, inmigrante. Es muy importante que todos ustedes tengan información sobre unos recordatorios muy importantes. Yo sé que muchos de ustedes ahorita están en casa con miedo. Muchos de ustedes ya han pasado por separaciones de sus familias, de sus seres queridos, de sus parejas, de sus abuelos, de sus tíos, de sus hijos. Pero quiero que sepan que ustedes no están solos. La comunidad y el pueblo están con ustedes. Okay. Algunas de las consideraciones muy importantes para ustedes que quiero que recuerden es que algún ser querido o alguien en su círculo de confianza tenga la siguiente información guardada y apuntada para referencia si usted fuese detenido por inmigración. Su nombre completo, su nombre legal completo, es muy importante, su número A, su fecha de nacimiento y su país de origen. Esta información es muy importante. También quiero recordarles, si están aquí ahorita y todavía no tienen guardado el número de la línea rápida de San Francisco, por favor saque su teléfono y guarde este número. Es el 415-200-1548. 415-200-1548. También les pedimos que visiten el sitio de red de nuestra organización de misionacción.org o sfrn.org, que son dos sitios donde usted puede encontrar muchos recursos, inclusive un paquete muy importante para que se prepare como su familia. Si usted tiene hijos, es muy importante que llene este formulario y lo deje con alguien de confianza, donde si usted es detenido, delega a alguien a tomar la custodia legal de sus hijos. Yo sé que estos temas son muy, muy difíciles, pero son muy importantes. No tome un minuto de su tiempo hoy y tome atención a estos recursos, conozca sus derechos. Acuérdense que estos derechos son constitucionales y están allí para una razón. Ejerza sus derechos. Y por favor, si es detenido, asegúrese que alguien en su círculo de confianza tenga esta información. Va a ser muy esencial y muy necesaria. Y quiero cerrar recordándonos a todos que el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Ahora vamos a decirlos juntos. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Más alto. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Gracias.
Thank you, Laura. And now I've heard both Laura and Supervisor Jackie Fielder mention the hotline number. So altogether, what is that number? Who are we going to call? 415-200-1548. Yes. Y ahora en español, sino que ya han mencionado varias veces el número de la línea de respuesta rápida. Ahora todos juntos, ¿cuál es ese número que vamos a llamar? 415-200-1548. Okay. If you haven't memorized it yet, I think you'll memorize it by the end of this press conference. Si todavía no se lo han memorizado, creo que se lo van a memorizar para el final de esta conferencia de prensa. And now I want to invite Olga Miranda, who is the president of SEIU Local 87. Ahora quiero invitar a Olga Miranda, que es la presidenta de SEIU Local 87.
Good afternoon. Now I know some of us are getting baked in this fucking sun. Good afternoon. I make no apologies to anyone. If you don't understand how organized labor organizes good fucking trouble, this is a moment where we find out what the city is made of, what the city is built on, right? Can you hear me in the back? Can you hear me in the front? So, para todos los que no me pueden escuchar, sea adelante, sea atrás, venimos de organized labor, de los sindicalistas, somos sindicatos. Somos las personas que levantaron cada rascacielos en esta ciudad, pero también lo limpiamos. Los hoteles que existen son por las manos de nuestros miembros, hermanas y hermanas del Local 2. Las aulas escolares son nuestros maestros y maestras quienes están creando las otras generaciones enfrente de nosotros. This city was built with organized labor. I want to be very clear. Brick by brick, every beautiful building you see in San Francisco, union hands built these beautiful buildings, okay? In our classroom, we have union teachers teaching the next generation, making sure that our children can read and write and understand the Constitution and their First Amendment rights, which is no better lesson to our children. Hotels are cleaned by my sisters and brothers of Local 2. The trash is picked up by my sisters and brother from Teamsters 350. These buildings, these office workers in every city and county building, they're either SEIU 1021 or Local 21. I say this because I need you all to understand that we are not working in silos. You will not do this to us, to this. In Spanish, we say, me saludas al cacas. You say hello to the Mr. Shitman, which is in orange, right? Can everyone, the Spanish lesson of the day, me saludas al cacas. Me saludas al cacas. So today, for all of you to understand, there are some people that will say today is not a victory. And I have to say that we as labor and community and students and immigrant rights are everybody's rights. We come together. We have to take a lap as a city that these fuckers are not coming today. They are not coming today. Now, we cannot take for granted that we don't know if they'll be here tomorrow or the next week. But for our mayor, and yesterday there were 14 mayors standing here on these same steps. LA Mayor Bass, Mayor Lee in Oakland, Mayor Mahan from San Jose. They were all saying how beautiful San Francisco is. We cannot think only in a tunnel. We can't have tunnel vision. We as organized labor, we as community, we need to be able to think of it as a region. As a region. Un daño contra uno es un daño contra uno. An injury to one is an injury to all. There will be amongst us some people that want to come into our city at our protest and start shit. To those people, all the aunties and uncles standing up here with me, we will not hesitate to tell you, get the fuck out of our city, right? We live here, we work here. Whether we protest in Oakland, whether we protest in San Jose, whether we protest in Berkeley or San Francisco, we will identify you and we will say, you are not with us. You are probably an FBI or an ICE instigator in our march. We cannot burn anything down. On the contrary, I call on every single one of you to make sure we buy those businesses that are being affected, those small businesses. We need to encourage people, buy extra groceries, buy an extra bag of groceries for a family that can't make it out. Make sure that you get enough medications in case you can't leave your home, that somebody will be there to deliver. This is a moment where San Francisco After every challenge we've been confronted with, we always stand up together. In Spanish, this is the best saying, and I'm not going to use any curse words. Venimos solos, pero en San Francisco nunca estamos solos. We may have come alone, but we come together, and in San Francisco, we are always together. In San Francisco, we are always together. To the black community, the Chinese community, our white allies, please understand, we cannot be more grateful this moment right now. And I want us to all give ourselves a big round of applause. And yes, this is the moment where we got to be able to, be united. I'm sorry. This is a moment where we have to be united and demonstrate, but also abandon our own political bullshit on the side and think of the bigger picture. We win, and this administration, yesterday the mayor called all of us together, and I want to thank Mayor Lurie and all the 13 mayors that were up here yesterday who were saying the same thing. Now, you could hiss, but at the end of the day, the members that I represent are standing out on those streets alongside. And I will tell you, we need to be able to be united. We must be united as a city. And I ask, encourage every single one of you to please stand with all of us. Not some of us, not only a few of us. Stand with all of us. But please, please, love our cities and the cities that we will be protesting in. Make sure we take care of each other and we speak up. For my sisters and brothers of the LTF, the Latino Task Force, there's an event this Saturday. Please join them at 1111 O'Farrell. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are calling on all of our allies to please also help fundraise for mutual aid. We need to be able to beef up, to be able to buy groceries. We need to be able to beef up, being able to have legal defense. Follow them on Latino Task Force SF. Again, Latino Task Force SF. To the Labor Council and my sisters and brothers in labor, thank you so much for always stepping up. It's not just some of us, it's all of us. And when we are on these streets, we are all under attack. We are all under attack. And I want to be able to finish by telling all of you, this is our moment. Este es nuestro momento. A mal momento, buena cara. A mal momento, buena cara. And to everybody else, I want to be able to say to you, to the media, you want to tell a story? Tell an honest story. Show the lives of the workers that have built this city. Every time it's crashed, tell those stories. Tell the stories about a teacher who can't afford to be able to buy a home. Tell the story about a janitor who's constantly being chased on or harassed at work but still shows up every day with a smile. Tell the story about the nurses that take on more patients that they can care for. That's the stories that I call on our media, who is also under attack. Those are the stories we need to talk about. Tenemos que hablar de esas historias. Estos signs, estas consignas, no ICE troops in the Bay. Estas cabrones vienen por todos, no solamente algunos. Y para la comunidad, este es el momento que tenemos que tener el valor de enfrentar, pelear, porque no es para algunos, sino es para todos. It's for everybody, not just some of us. On behalf of our janitors of Local 87, thank you so much. To all of the billionaires who made calls and who called out Mark Benioff, thank you so much for telling him on his shit. Thank you so much. And to the rest of you, can we all say, me saludas al cacas? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olga, for that powerful message. So we have two more speakers. Gracias, Olga, por ese mensaje muy fuerte. Tenemos a dos más personas que van a hablar. I want to introduce Cassandra Curiel, who is the president of the United Educators of San Francisco. Quiero presentar a Cassandra Curiel, que es la presidenta de los Educadores Unidos de San Francisco.
Good afternoon. I'm Cassandra. I'm the president of United Educators of San Francisco, which represents 6,000 of the workers who are teachers, nurses, social workers, school psychologists, paraeducators, family liaisons, security guards, and more in all of the 120 plus schools in San Francisco Unified School District.
Buenos días, soy la presidenta de los Educadores Unidos de San Francisco, que representa más de 6,000 educadores que son enfermeras y todos ustedes que están aquí y más de ¿cuántos? 120 escuelas aquí en San Francisco.
We have over 50,000 students in San Francisco Unified. And every day of our entire career, we have promised to the families of San Francisco that we will keep their most precious persons safe, fed, and educated. And when our district is unable to articulate, when our city is unable to enforce and fight back against any threats from an ICE agent or any other federal charged institution, are they unable to help us keep our students safe, that means that we have to fill in the gap.
Tenemos más de 50,000 estudiantes y todos los días le prometemos a los padres que los vamos a mantener seguros, alimentados y educados. Y cuando nuestras ciudades no pueden enforzar esta promesa, cuando nuestra ciudad santuario no puede prometer la expectativa que pueden cuidar a nuestros estudiantes, a nuestros niños, estamos en problemas.
And so today, the statement should be very clear. Whether ICE has backed off today, tomorrow, no matter who is going to claim responsibility for that, just know that United Educators of San Francisco and every educator on behalf of the school janitors, the school nutrition workers, the secretaries, the principals and administrators, every one of the educators at the public schools of San Francisco promise to keep every student in San Francisco and their families safe.
Y hoy, aunque no es muy claro quién está en nuestras calles, cuáles son las fuerzas que están en nuestras calles, nosotros podemos prometer que los educadores en las escuelas van a mantener a sus niños en lo que podamos lo más seguros posibles.
That means they're safe on their way to school. That means they're safe when they get to school. That means they're safe to go home to you, their families. That means that we need to be safe on our way to and from school while we're working in the school. And so what we need from this city, from our neighbors, from our district, from everybody in the Bay Area is to ensure that every transit way, every sidewalk, every single crosswalk where students and families are making their way to the schools and to home, that they know they have allies in all of you. We need to see no ICE is welcome here on every business door, on every house door, on every window. We need to see that this city is going to protect our most beloved future so that we at the schools can help create that future for all of us.
I'll do my best. Eso significa que los estudiantes y sus familias deben sentirse seguros en camino a la escuela, dentro de la escuela, cuando vuelvan a sus casas de la escuela. Y que eso significa que todos debemos asegurar que cada espacio donde los estudiantes pasan, los negocios, las casas, en todas partes, tengan bien claro que ICE no está bienvenido acá.
So lastly, look, teaching students to have an inclusive and tolerant view of the world is what we do best. Teaching students to have a tolerant and inclusive view in the world is also a call to action to all of us to oppose, resist, and protest intolerance bigotry, and all forms of discrimination like we are being threatened with today. And that's why we will be in the streets at 5 p.m. and every single time that our students, our communities, and our loved ones are under attack. Thank you.
Y por último, nosotros como los educadores somos los que le estamos enseñando la tolerancia, el querer a todos los seres humanos. Y protestamos la intolerancia. Y por eso estaremos hoy a las 5 de la tarde protestando para asegurar que nuestros estudiantes se sientan seguros y se sientan salvos en nuestra ciudad.
Thank you, Cassandra, and thank you to all of our educators in San Francisco. Now I want to introduce our final speaker. Ahora quiero presentar a la última persona que va a hablar hoy, Francisco Herrera. Our final speaker will be Francisco Herrera with Nuevo Sol.
¡Se puede! All right, buenas tardes. Or may I say good morning, because it's the beginning of the rest of our resistance lives, of making this city and this country and this world safe for all of us. Is that right? Órale pues. 3 points today. Número uno, 3 puntos que quiero dar. Número uno, el gran compañero de la no violencia, Gandhi, nos dijo, el primer paso de la no violencia es la no cooperación con el mal. Our good brother Gandhi said to us, the first step of nonviolence is non-collaboration with evil. And we are seeing evil in a very cold way with a terrorist group called ICE. Is that right? Sobres. All right, so it's a time, we've heard some very beautiful and instructive words today. We want to ask you, as Nuevo Sol Day Labor Domestic Workers Center, in collaboration, since September last year, we got together with our sisters and brothers across the bridge, day laborers over there and communities, and started the Immigrant Emergency Response Network, and in the Oakland side, the Immigrant Defense Committee, with this objective, with this question: what do we do when the migra shows up? And we've been working, and one of the strategies that we developed, which is for point number 2, is adopt a corner. This is a project that we can all be active in, something that we can all do together. And I'm going to give you a phone number right now that you can send a text if you're interested, because then we're going to text you back the link to sign up, and you can sign up for here or for Alameda County side. It's 415-529-WORK, 415-529-9675. Please send a text. Just put interested in Adopt a Corner. There's 18 corners here in San Francisco. There's about 7 or 8 in Oakland, another 5 in Berkeley. We need a whole group of people, because ¿saben qué? It's not just about the corners. Like Tracy and several other folks said, it's about our schools, it's about our hospitals, it's about our corners of transit, it's about the places where vendors are selling. It's every place where black and brown people gather is now a vulnerable space. And we need your support throughout the state, but very specifically right here in the Bay Area, to protect our families and ourselves. ¿Se puede? What's the phone number? 415-529-WORK. 415-529? That's 9675. We need your support. I'm going to say it in Castilla. Bueno, una de las formas que nosotros nos podemos apoyar ahorita es trabajando las esquinas. Adopta una esquina, es una forma que todos podemos participar de una forma muy concreta, muy directa. Escoges una esquina donde nos coordinamos, la vigilas, como decimos, la vigilas, y ayudas a pasar la información con compañeras y compañeros y ayudas a reportar a la línea de asistencia rápida y toda la coordinación. El número que hay que llamar es el 415-529-9675. 415-529-9675. Puedes mandar un texto que dice, me interesa, adopta una esquina. Me interesa, adopta una esquina. ¿Qué es el número? 415-529-9675. 529. Work. Pero no se traduce a jale, ¿ok? Muy bien. Entonces, antes de que cantemos una canción bonita, quiero dar la bienvenida a mi codirectora, Guillermina Castellanos. Acaba de llegar de México. Estamos también organizando a nivel internacional con la Alianza de Trabajadoras del Hogar de Latinoamérica y el Caribe, con nuestro proyecto de Envejeciendo con Dignidad. Pero acaba de llegar, está medio adormitada, pero que nos dé un saludo y nos lleve en una de esas consignas que se debe tirar ella. Guillermina Castellanos.
¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? ¡Que vivan las trabajadoras del hogar! ¡Que vivan las trabajadoras del hogar! Miren, a nivel nacional son 2,5 millones trabajadoras del hogar que ahorita están sufriendo las consecuencias.
At the national level, there's 2.5 million domestic workers that are suffering the consequences.
Y a nivel, aquí en California, más de 300,000.
And in California, more than 300,000.
Nos estamos dando cuenta el miedo que están pasando las trabajadoras del hogar y toda nuestra comunidad. Pero hablando de las trabajadoras del hogar, me están diciendo, ya no voy a ir a las reuniones de empoderamiento, de conocer mis derechos, porque tengo miedo. Tengo miedo de ir a comprar el mandado, el alimento para mis niños.
And so we're seeing the fear penetrate in our community, in all of our community, but particularly the domestic workers that are telling me, I'm sorry, I can't go to the organizing meeting, I can't go to the training, I can't go shopping, I'm very afraid for my children and myself.
Pero ver toda esta maravilla de gente, de aliados, de personas, y sentirnos que no estamos solos, eso nos da vida, nos da alegría y nos da fuerzas para seguir adelante.
But to see this ocean of people all here supporting, it gives us joy, it gives us strength to continue.
Así que juntos vamos a lograr el cambio que siempre hemos tenido, porque nosotros aquí en San Francisco es una ley santuario y la tienen que respetar.
But together we're going to win because we have a law here, sanctuary, and it must be respected.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. And just closing with this, folks. They've stolen $170 billion from our taxes, from our money. They've ripped it off to build an army of racists. But you know what? We're not an army. We are an ocean of human beings, an ocean of humanity in solidarity. And love will trump hatred and racism any day. We are an ocean, folks. We are an ocean. And water destroys metal, melts down metal. Water cools down the hot head. Water is what we live in all the first year of our existence in this land as human beings. We are water, we are an ocean. Let's continue in solidarity. No estamos solas, no estamos solos. Juntos hacemos la liberación. Together, no estamos solas, no estamos solos. juntos hacemos la liberación. We are an ocean, a tide that's rising. We are the power. Right here, right now, yeah. Oh.
All right, everyone, give it up for Francisco. Before we close with some announcements, I want to give thanks to a few other city supervisors who are standing here with us. We have Supervisor Connie Chan, who I saw somewhere over there. And then here behind me, we have Supervisor Bilal Mahmoud. Antes de que cerremos con algunos anuncios, le quiero dar el agradecimiento a varios supervisores que están aquí con nosotros. Tenemos a la supervisora Connie Chan, que vi por allá, y luego aquí atrás de mí tenemos al supervisor Bilal Mahmoud. Y luego también tenemos a la supervisora Cheyenne Chen, aquí también presente. We also have Supervisor Cheyenne Chen present with us. So now we'll hear some announcements about tonight's rally from Selly.
Hi all, very quickly, Selly here with SF Rising and Bay Resistance. Give it up to all of you for still being here. So today does not end until we see everyone here at 5 o'clock at Embarcadero Plaza. That is a mass rally to unite the Bay. So shout out people who already came from North Bay, East Bay, South Bay to be here. But 5 o'clock today, Embarcadero Plaza is where we really show what we are about here in the Bay Area. So please plan to be there. Come with your pod, with your friends. Be safe, and we have a really exciting program, so I think you will want to be there.
Sino que esta conferencia de prensa no es el final de todos los eventos que habrá hoy. Hoy también habrá una marcha a las 5 en el embarcadero para unir a todos los a toda el área de la bahía. And now I want to close off just by thanking all of our speakers who gave a very compelling and very motivational message today. Quiero terminar dándole las gracias a todos los que pudieron hablar hoy. Dieron un mensaje muy fuerte y muy conmovedor. Y ahora sí, terminemos con una consigna. ¿Sí se puede? ¿Sí se puede? ¿Sí se puede? ¿Estamos listos para defender a San Francisco? Are we ready to defend San Francisco? Yes. Thank you, everyone, for being here today, and we'll see you at 5 at the Embarcadero. Muchas gracias a todos por estar.